So today here we've got a Farmall 300 that my brother found sitting in a shed not far from here. Um, he must have thought it looked lonely or something like that, and then we needed to bring it home and try to find a use for it. So today we're going to see what it takes to get it running. It's been sitting for probably at least 20 years. The guy said he quit milking 20 years ago in 2004. Um, and then he said he always uses it on the hay rig. So I'm just gonna go. It's unclear how long it's been sitting, but I'm gonna go 20 years. So see how this goes. Like that. Up over when you come home. Okay. Got oil pressure. check on the ignition system here. The distributor cap doesn't look too bad. Some corrosion in there, but considering the time it's been sitting, it looks pretty good. We'll rub some emery cloth on these. See if we can make it throw a spark around. I've seen running tractors on a lot worse than this. We'll check the points here. Rotor doesn't look too terrible bad, not great, but again, I've seen much worse. That distributor cap just I want to find a way to sit without being in my way. No, they don't look wonderful, but they don't look that terrible either. We might eventually end up getting a new set of those, but for today, we'll see if it'll run on what it's got. Next, I got a feeling we better just take the bowl off the carburetor and see what that looks like. I'm willing to bet that the float is stuck. Probably the jets might be plugged as well, but these are the old style clamps for sure in this thing. Think it's gonna dry out enough to cultivate your sweet corn today, Robin?
I sure hope so.
Didn't get all the dirt off, did I? Where did you find the water?
Down in the ditch.
Oh, there we go. Get out of there. If I remember correctly, there's a screen in there that could very likely be plugged up. That actually kind of smells like real gas in there. Yeah, it's a little yucky looking. We'll get that cleaned up though. All of the major areas of this carburetor that get plugged up are down here in the bowl. That's why I'm not gonna take this out. There's, I think if I remember right, a jet that screws up into the other part, but be alright. We'll see how this looks first before we worry about tearing the whole thing off anyway. I don't have a kit, so we'll get a baseline analysis of it. Oh, the choke does connect to that. This one doesn't. Well, that looks pretty nasty. And yes, the float is completely stuck.
Oh, that stinks.
I had a feeling that just trying to start this the way I was wasn't going to work, so glad I.
Oh, God, that stinks.
I don't believe I've ever seen one this bad. Man, I pulled one out of the weeds that had been sitting outside for 20 years. That one wasn't this bad. This one was inside. Maybe that's worse, but I don't know. Well, that's a little better. We're gonna have to check all these jets out. That one's still plugged, but and then we're gonna have to get this float off. That could have been much worse. Oh, the question's gonna be, is there any holes in this? Okay, so the needle valve fell out. Maybe there's hope for it yet, boys and girls. Oh, that is completely plugged. It's always good to drop your needle valve in the dirt first before you work on it, you know. That dirt adds an extra abrasive to it that you just can't get anywhere else. I might have to find us some carb cleaner. Oh man, we should maybe buy a lottery ticket tonight after that just came right out of there. Or else I just used up all my luck on that. Looks a little restricted as well.
Good smelling perfume I've got on now.
Yeah. Oh, still plugged up in that yet. Wow, man. It is almost completely plugged. Right precise.
Hey, I'm the girl behind the camera, and I think the best thing about this is the patina on it. So that goes to show what I see in a tractor versus what he does. Who's their other sidekick? Oliver. Hey, buddy. Don't you be knocking all that stuff off of there.
Andre, take this. Yeah, I doubt this battery isn't good anymore, so we might as well take it out. And as usual, somebody way over tightened the battery cables. They don't want to come off. What else is new? It was a negative ground. The reason I make note of that is because these tractors originally were a 6-volt positive ground, which in today's standards seems very confusing because pretty much everything in the world is 12-volt negative ground. Whereas I had one tractor that I bought it, the battery's dead, and I didn't pay any attention when I took the battery out. And I just hooked it up, positive to positive, and ground to negative, and I had sparks everywhere and stuff. So somebody converted it to 12 volt, and not converted to negative ground. So I had to switch that. It's like some rats make their home, you know? We'll try this battery in here. Tested good. I didn't really clean the cables very well yet, but we'll see what happens when I put this in.
They broke my cap out on me last night down there.
What?
My cap was out this morning.
Oh.
We got out. See me crack. We got out. Everything open. Everything except all them and the water running through. But
Sounds like Jim Burns. He had one penned up and it just disappeared. Never did find it. I bet Sasquatch took it. Well, we have power, but you know. Wonder if we got sparkles down here at the point.
Toolbox. Holy moly.
Well, I called Nick to empty it, but
Was Nick down here?
oh yeah, he brought it. We got fire there. Doubt. Said doubt.
It's a new voltage regulator on 20 years ago. Yeah, they just connected the PTO rod.
Either we don't have a good cable connection up there because the battery did test good.
Well, it's clicking here, but I don't quite know what.
You have a better battery cleaner, Dad? You have a better battery terminal cleaner somewhere?
Which one did you use?
That red thing that came over on the Mayflower? It didn't really seem like it worked. And this one's fairly clean. It's just this one might need a little bit.
You got it, or did you take it back?
Well, I took it back. Oh, here's the brake lock handle. Oh,
Yeah, apparently people don't like them or something.
I think it might be bustified.
Looks like it.
Oh, they have a tack delete tab we put in there. You know that?
What?
They have a tack delete plate that's supposed to be in there.
Isn't that in it?
And don't have the tack either.
Robin, you hold the key on, or somebody.
Does the radio work now?
I don't know.
Huh?
Let off on that. Try it again. Keep going back and forth. Actually, any power to this terminal or not.
See, there's another old solenoid here, so apparently somebody had some issues with something. Yeah.
Not really a good way to jump her.
Oh, what is it?
Should probably take this hood off.
Where's my battery?
I don't know. You can go get it. I might. You gotta come down here and hold this foot up. Hold the hook. Check power steering fluid level here before we ever try to start it. I don't know if we still don't have the carburetor back together yet. When we do,
Looks pretty low.
just don't make nothing like they used to anymore. They hold oil for 20 years while nobody's doing anything with it. Huh?
Okay, now my PTO works nice.
PTO on what?
That spreader.
Oh.
Not bad, though.
You got any oil to put in this, Dad?
Any what?
Oil to put in this hydraulic for the power steering.
Well,
Huh?
cat stuff here.
You know?
Uh-huh.
It's probably plenty in there. Mounted right to the pump. Well, that's not a leak too bad if he has the muffler mounted solid. And
Car muffler.
well,
The shutters work.
yeah. They don't move very nicely, but they do move.
I suppose they had that so when the cab was on there.
Was there a cab on it once?
Well, it was. I always warm up. Oh, I put that carbon on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can go get the parts or
Or see if what it looks like. So it'd be hot. Yeah, I get. I was gonna try and put this on the starter there.
can, yeah. Here, bring it back here. And, They either got nothing or.
Starter turn goes.
Well, it's not locked up. Or, you know, the starter drive's not stuck in there, or it wasn't. But let's go check on our carts out of the ultrasonic cleaner here. Well, that doesn't look worlds better, but it does look better. Ooh, there's a little liquid in there. That's not good. It's pretty yucky, but let's take it over. See if it's got any of the passages freed up.
Bag you could put the other pieces in if you had a bunch of them to carry. A little better.
Well, it's got some liquid in it after being in the ultrasonic for. Because you bought the major overhaul for that, didn't you?
I don't think they had floats or anything in them.
Okay.
Oliver! He's barking for that ball.
I'm sure we're gonna need major parts for this anyways, so.
You're kind of noisy, Oliver.
Sticky.
Why don't you just use that gallon can that's there? Yeah.
Oliver. Seems to just not want to hold.
Yeah, that needle valve is all sticky and I don't know. Leave my towel alone. Okay. Well, I didn't have a carb kit to put in it, so we're gonna try things just the way they are, but the float seems a little sticky and it seemed to have accumulated a little liquid when we put it in the ultrasonic cleaners. And I forgot to put the gasket on there. And that gasket's cracked or broken, so we'll have to just piece her together and see if we can make it run. No. I don't know if we're not getting it yet. Well, you know, we must have already plugged up the sediment ball.
Oh, and you're blowing on it?
Yeah.
Something. I guess. It's coming out.
Nothing comes back on. What am I saying?
Nothing there to hold it up.
I don't look like it was, but I suppose we could get another gallon. Must be about plugged up again, but
You almost think it pop.
well, I'm wondering if it's got any fire, but nobody else is checking anything out while I'm figuring out one problem. gas running out. You pull the plugs out now. Look at this thing. Yeah. The power steering works.
See, what are they? 13, 16?
Oh, geez, these are D15 lines. These are old. I think they've made 15 for a while. No rust in there.
No. Extension.
Wonderful.
It's dry, it ain't got any gas. Wait, no, don't squirt some gas in there.
Oh, I just
take them all.
I just put a little squirt bottle somewhere. Where did
Take them all.
It's like a Mountain Dew bottle or something that's got gas in it somewhere. I just put.
Daylight, if you
Yeah. Just ran another coil to try or something. Seems
It's rolling, Doug. Oh,
Huh?
it looks like it's still rolling.
It didn't even pop or nothing. Or did the thumb in the caravan.
Or, where's that spark plug thing I got? I got a wire that you're supposed to put on there until the siren.
Yeah, I probably got one somewhere too.
That.
You know what? Jump back on, Dad. Jump back on. Well, the coil wire wasn't on. What did you do with the gas?
It's right there.
Ready?
Yep. That must be plugged up again too. This is super fun. You had the key off, right? Must have worked for him.
You're moving?
Yeah, it moved too far.
I don't think that brake holds.
Not much. I mean, I could say it's not the cleanest in the world, but it should. So then yesterday, you saw in the video, we had the carburetor apart, and that looks pretty nasty in there. Well, we got it mostly cleaned up, but we need a float, and we need some gaskets for it, so we're gonna have to get a carb kit ordered. The starter we cannot get to work, whether it's just the solenoid or what there, but we're going to need to dive into that further. Couldn't get any spark out of it, so, but as you could see over there, the wires and plugs all look to be probably at least 30 years old. So I think we're gonna just go with a full tune-up kit on it, but we don't have those parts right now to do it. So stay tuned for part 2 of the video, and you can see the rest of the progress we make on the 300s. So thanks for watching.